We have multiple people dead. In summary, what it looks like is we have somebody just driving around, finding people, and shooting them dead in their tracks.
KSBY News starts right now.
We begin with breaking news. Police in Kalamazoo County, Michigan are searching for a suspect who is randomly shooting people, they say. At least 6 people have been killed, and this is according to our NBC affiliate WOOD. Kalamazoo County Sheriff tell WOOD multiple people were fatally shot at the Cracker Barrel in Texas Township and Sealy Kia dealership in Kalamazoo. Here is a live look at the scene from our NBC affiliate. Police say 4 people were killed at the Cracker Barrel and 1 was taken to the hospital in critical condition. An 8-year-old child was among the people killed at the Cracker Barrel. Authorities also say a father and son were shot and killed at the dealership. There are also reports of a woman who was shot multiple times in the Meadows Townhomes parking lot in Richland Township. The sheriff's office says the suspect is driving around randomly shooting people, and they believe that he is a white male in a blue Chevy HHR. This is a developing story. We will continue to bring you updates as we get them in. Switching gears now in the race for the White House. The winners tonight are Hillary Clinton in Nevada and Donald Trump in South Carolina, and Marco Rubio, who tied Ted Cruz for second and burst into the top tier of Republicans, forcing Jeb Bush to quit the race. Steve Handelsman has the latest from Columbia, South Carolina.
It's the second victory in a row for the national Republican frontrunner, Donald Trump's first in the South.
When you win, it's beautiful, and we are going to start winning for our country. Let's go. Let's have a big win in Nevada. Let's have a big win at the SEC. Let's put this thing away.
But as they cast their ballots, mainstream Republicans flocked to Marco Rubio, powering the 44-year-old's comeback from 5th in New Hampshire.
Tonight here in South Carolina, the message is pretty clear. This country is now ready for a new generation of conservatives to guide us into the 21st century.
Ted Cruz kept his spot in the top tier of 3.
We are the only campaign that has beaten and can beat Donald Trump.
Jeb Bush finished far down in 4th and quit the race with a parting shot.
We put forward detailed, innovative conservative plans to address the mounting challenges that we face. Because despite what you might have heard, ideas matter, policy matters.
In Nevada, Hillary Clinton lost her once big lead in the polls, but still won.
I am so thrilled and so grateful to all of my supporters out there. Some may have doubted us, but we never doubted each other.
Union leaders had pushed a big Democratic caucus turnout, which helped nullify Bernie Sanders' late surge.
I'm Steve Handelsman, KSBY News.
And thousands paid their respects today at the funeral mass for 79-year-old Justice Antonin Scalia. The Supreme Court Justice's son, a Catholic priest, led the mass attended by Vice President Joe Biden, other court justices, and some U.S. senators. NBC's Jennifer Johnson has our story.
Draped in an American flag, the casket of Justice Antonin Scalia was taken into the nation's largest Roman Catholic church, the Basilica of the National Shrine of the Immaculate Conception. Over 3,300 politicians, friends, and family came to pay their respects, including his fellow Supreme Court justices.
Hope does not disappoint.
Former and current congressmen and presidential hopefuls also attended the service. Vice President Joe Biden came too. Despite criticism, President Obama was not there, citing his large security detail, but paid tribute to the justice at the Supreme Court Friday. Scalia's son, the Reverend Paul Scalia, delivered the homily.
God blessed Dad, as is well known, with a love for his country.
Father Scalia, one of the justice's 9 children, added humor to the somber ceremony, telling a story of his father coming to church for confession, only to learn his son was the priest on duty.
As he put it later, like heck if I'm confessing to you. The feeling was mutual.
Scalia, who died last weekend at a Texas ranch,
I, Antonin Scalia, do solemnly swear,
spent nearly 3 decades on the nation's high court. He was considered one of the country's most influential conservatives. President Obama says he will nominate Justice Scalia's replacement in due time, and he wants a vote on his nomination, despite threats from the Republican-led Senate that won't happen until a new president is elected. Jennifer Johnson, NBC News, Washington.
Back here on the Central Coast, crews at Vandenberg Air Force Base are preparing to test an unarmed ballistic missile launched tonight that will carry into tomorrow morning. The launch is scheduled for sometime between 11 tonight and 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. The purpose of the test launch program is to validate and verify the readiness and accuracy of the weapon system. This will be the base's fourth launch of 2016. And a single resident house in Morro Bay caught on fire a little before 4 this afternoon after authorities were called by several residents in the neighborhood. The homeowner was in the house when the fire initially broke out, but left the residence when calling authorities. An 87-year-old woman received advanced life support and was transported to the hospital. According to the city of Morro Bay, there was roughly $150,000 in damages to a Morro Bay home that occurred to the front portion of the home in the 700th block of Center Court. But the Morro Bay Fire Department and other responders were able to contain the blaze there. And a motorist who crashed in Templeton late last night while speeding upwards of 100 miles per hour is in critical condition tonight, according to officials. 37-year-old Tim Carrolls of Paso Robles is in the intensive care unit at Sierra Vista Regional Hospital after being airlifted last night from Templeton. Witnesses tell CHP Carrolls was crossing the double yellow on Creston Road at high speeds when he sideswiped an oncoming Jeep Cherokee. The motorist suffered major injuries, including a severed leg. No one else was injured in the incident. Police believe alcohol did play a factor in that crash. Carrolls has been in custody since last night when taken to the hospital. And downtown San Luis Obispo could be getting a makeover, with the public's opinion at the forefront of the plans. KSBY's Brooke Martell spoke with the consulting firm that is bringing changes to the city.
You already see a lot of construction in downtown San Luis Obispo, but there are plans to do more. The Downtown Concept Plan, which was adopted in 1993, is due for an upgrade. A quarter of a century seems like a long time, but San Luis Obispo city planners are thinking ahead of the game and asking the public to pitch in their ideas.
And this will all be used and incorporated into the Vision Concept Plan of the future, which is going to be a tool that we'll have ready by the end of the year to guide decision makers.
Mission Plaza turned into an interactive hub for community members to put down on paper for what they want the future of downtown SLO to have. One of those interactive activities included rebuilding Higuera Street on a computer. Community members could have the opportunity to see what their ideal version of the street could look like. If there are places that citizens think need improvement, there was a station for that too. Even short-term residents had some ideas, like this Cal Poly student, Julia Canada.
I just came back from studying abroad, and there's like a whole different quality of life there where you can like experience the city and be part of the city and like have fun just walking around. I really like to see that more in SLO.
Michael Boswell, a city planning professor at Cal Poly, thinks downtown needs more housing.
If we want to get a really rich business mix, then you need to have a downtown that's not just for visitors, but also people who are living here 24/7.
The information collected from community members in Saturday's event will be considered by city planners for future developments. Brooke Martell, KSBY News.
Next Saturday, there will be a public workshop about the next steps for the Downtown Concept Plan. It will be held from 2 to 5 at the SLO County Library. And coming up next on KSBY News, we're going to take a look at our microclimate forecast. Wondering when we're going to get a break in this heat? Well, a change of winds might do the trick. And later, why an Atascadero Zoo opened up a new exhibit. And next, Cal Poly held one of the largest dance competitions on the Central Coast. Join us.
For local news.
Many local dancers and clubs danced at Cal Poly University from morning until night at one of the largest dance competitions on the Central Coast today. The Cal Poly Ballroom Dance Club is holding its 9th annual Mustang Ballroom and Latin Dance Sport competition today. The event started this morning at 10 and just finished. The competition is showcasing local and visiting dancers with American ballroom dance styles as well as international styles. The competition does not only include ballroom though. Dances such as salsa, hustle, Argentina, tango, and others are also in the competition.
Dancing is such a great part of my life, and I just love sharing it with everybody here in the room, whether they're spectating or even competing.
At this year's competition, there were over 300 dancers competing. And coming up next, we're going to take a look at our weather. With all these hot temperatures we've been getting, I'll talk about a possible break in the heat and a chance of rain. That's coming up after the break, and also see how one local zoo turned an unfortunate event into an upgraded exhibit. Plus, Cal Poly baseball is at home for a doubleheader. Travis Clark will have that and more later in sports. Well, bird lovers on the Central Coast had a chance today to get up close and personal with rescued birds thanks to the annual Bird Sanctuary Day at Avila Beach. Avila Beach is celebrating its second annual Bird Sanctuary event during San Luis Obispo County's Coastal Discovery Stewardship Month. Representatives of Pacific Wildlife Care and Willow Tree Wildlife Organizations were there this morning showing live rescued birds as well as speak about the history of bird sanctuaries.
We are a major migratory stop on the Pacific Flyway, which means we get a lot of migratory birds that stop off here to rest, to feed, and to carry on their journey.
And along with seeing resident bird populations at Avila Beach, visitors also ended the event with a coastal cleanup. And the Charles Paddock Zoo in Atascadero held a grand opening today for the newly remodeled aviary exhibit after an oak tree fell onto a walkway at the zoo. The ribbon cutting ceremony began this morning that opened the new aviary at the zoo. It now includes new species of birds at the exhibit. After an oak tree fell, damaging the roof of the cage structure, the zookeepers had the opportunity to give the aviary a makeover. It now includes new water features, plants, and an upgraded pathway. The zoo says that the upgrades to it will add new educational opportunities.
I think the aviary is a little bit different experience. The birds aren't right there. Sometimes when you walk in, you have to spend a little time kind of searching to find them. And it's kind of a nice, pleasant atmosphere.
Additional birds will be gradually added to the exhibit, and some will move into other new and upgraded areas of the zoo over time. All right, that's going to bring us over to our microclimate forecast. Very nice day on the Central Coast, and it's just going to get warmer. Santa Maria is at 50 right now. San Luis Obispo 50 as well. Paso is at 47. Our Lompoc station is down at this time, but Santa Barbara is at 51. Our winds are fairly calm. We saw some gusts up to 25 miles per hour this evening. But right now we are seeing offshore winds. That's what's keeping up our temperatures to keep them fairly warm. Beautiful sunset tonight. We got some great pictures to our Facebook. Thank you for sending those in. Patty sent this one in from Pismo Beach. Please continue to send in those photos to our KSBY Facebook or our Twitter at KSBY. High temperatures across the nation today. Midwest and East Coast is a lot warmer than it had been compared to last weekend, but 63 in Los Angeles, 57 in San Francisco. Our winds are offshore. That's what's boosting up our temperatures, and it's going to keep them warm through the next couple of days, but we're going to see a shift at the end of the week. It's going to be an onshore flow cooling down our temperatures finally. That's what we're seeing right here. You can see that cold front making its way in, but it's not going to hit until the end of the week. That high pressure system is going to be staying in place. What's next though? We can see that jet stream starting to come through, and we're going to be seeing possibly some more rain maybe at the end of this week, but it's going to be a light one, and then we're seeing some rain going into March as well. Our microclimate forecast for the next couple of days: clear skies, not too many clouds in the sky, and no rain, unfortunately. But our microclimates for Sunday, it's going to be a great day to head outside. Those temperatures just keep boosting up. Once again, we're hitting the 80s in some areas. Santa Barbara is going to be at 81 tomorrow. Inland areas will be cooler. Cuyama at 66, but 73 in Orcutt. Along the coast, Vandenberg at 74. Those interiors will be cooler. There is also a chance for fog in the morning in those interior valleys, but 75 in Arroyo Grande, 73 in Los Osos, and in North County, 74 in Avila Beach. San Miguel at 74 in Cambria. Looking at our 5-day forecast, not too many clouds in there. Sunny skies, 75 in Santa Maria tomorrow, 81 in Santa Barbara. Continual warm up till Tuesday, then starting to drop back down by Friday. It should be much cooler, maybe about 10-degree drop in some areas. Paso Robles and San Luis Obispo peaking up until Tuesday as well. Some clouds midweek, but then cooling off by the end of the week. That's going to do it for our weather. Now into sports.
Hey, Patty, you're a photographer. That's good.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you, Travis. All right, coming up after the break, why thousands of people gathered to say I do in South Korea today. And join us after the break. Thousands of Unification Church members took part in a mass wedding ceremony at a stadium in South Korea today. A total of 15,000 couples from almost 200 countries participated in the event northeast of Seoul. Among them were 3,000 couples, some newlyweds, some tying the knot for the first time during the ceremony. They were inside the stadium while 12,000 couples participated in the event via live stream broadcast. The leader of the Unification Church led the ceremony, which was first held in 1961 with 36 couples. That's going to do it here for us at KSBY News. We'll see you on KSBY at 11. Thanks for joining us. Good night.